The tricky thing about the whole situation is they don't accept card payments. So it was really tricky because a lot of people were thinking it will be much more easier just to pay by card, and obviously you'd expect an airport to obviously process card payments. But anyways, you have the option of obviously using an ATM, so everyone opted for that option basically. So when people were trying to get money out of the ATM, they realized that the ATM was not accepting their cards. It was only very few banks that the ATM could accept. So I think it was Nationwide and Halifax. So what happened was the guys that had Nationwide and Halifax cards were able to withdraw money out. So I had to help out a couple as well, because they never had they don't bank with Halifax, so they had to transfer money to my account for them to get their money out. So it was very, very ridiculous, literally. Also, people were confused on how much to pay, because it's a different price obviously if you're paying in pounds, a different price if you're paying in dollars, and if you're paying in the local currency. So if you're paying in the local currency, just for those that have not been to Egypt before, if you're arriving at the airport, you would have to pay 1,150 Egyptian pounds. If you're paying by cash, obviously you have to pay by cash anyway, so it's 1,150. If you're paying in pounds, if I'm correct, I'm not too sure, I think it's about 25 pounds if you're paying in pounds, and if you're paying in dollars, I think it's about $28 if I'm correct. So just, you know, bear that in mind when you're coming through, because if you want an easy ride through the airport, I would say get your cash ready, yeah, because for all you know, when you arrive, the ATM might not be working, because I think there were about 4 ATMs just before you arrive at immigration, and only 2 were working, and those 2 were only taking, actually only 1 was working out of 4, so 2 were not in service. 1 was on but was not functioning properly, and the other one was functioning properly but was only accepting 2 types of cards, or not 2 types of cards, but only accepting cards from 2 banks, and that's Halifax and Nationwide.